Okay. Okay, we're recording. So, for everyone that's on, I have been watching Sarah's stories like blow up with just cuteness and like they're just kind of, to me, they kind of just draw me in, and I'm kind of like, they're the kind of story where you just kind of, you want to just flip through the whole thing. You don't want to ignore it because you want to see what's next, because one, it's cute. Two, it has like exciting things going on, and it's just fun to follow. And if I wasn't a distributor and I was watching her stories, I would want to be. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, can you do a training on stories? Because I would like a training, and I'm sure others would too. And so I asked her if she would be up to sharing a bit of what she does for stories and how she's absolutely killing it, because she said yes. And she said, that's actually where most of my enrollments are coming from. And I'm like, okay, yes, we need to do this. So for those that don't really know, most probably know who you are, but like maybe don't know like your background, like why you started, and a bit of like, how you got where you are. If you want to share that, that would be awesome.
Yes, I will. And thanks for having me on. You know what's so funny, you guys, is before this business, I was that person that didn't even have an Instagram. And this was like 6.5 years ago. I'm kind of old here. And I'm going to be a lot older here. So I'm happy about that. But I didn't even have that. I probably posted like once every 3 weeks on Facebook before this business. So if you can relate to that, just know what's really fun is when you embrace. Oh, it's okay. I think I saw it pop up. So I wasn't talking. I didn't like give any, awesome tips or anything. But I just want to tell you, like, if you can relate to that, just know, like, when you see that, again, don't compare like your first chapter to somebody's 6.5 years, because I have just found, this is one thing I found on social media. You guys, I actually built really belly to belly. However, I found really quickly, even though I was scared out of my mind to post on social media my first time, I was like, I'm doing this. The thing is like, I already ripped the Band-Aid off and hit submit, and I have an ID number. So now the next Band-Aid is literally starting to share this and not really caring what anybody thinks. And so, but it's super fun because I just found like it is a way to connect with people. So if your choice is to move it off of there as fast as you want. If you actually saw what I did here and then like what I bring to my text messages or like coffee dates and stuff like that, you would laugh, because I try to do that as fast as I can. So it's funny because you might see this and you're like, oh, it looks like this, but really I do this little portion and I kind of move it off pretty quickly. But so I started, you guys, I'm a labor and delivery nurse. I was working charge and was actually working night shift. I feel like I've kind of always been a crazy one. You know how we always say like the crazy ones are going to change the world? Like I loved night shift. I actually thoroughly loved being a nurse. And the one reason that my interest peaked for something like this was I'm just a worker. Like that is me. But after I had Grady and that's our first baby, and had 3 months home without work, you guys, I've worked since I've been 14. I actually think it was illegal. And my dad was like seriously hustling me at this pizza shop. I'm not even kidding. And so I think I just realized like, oh my gosh, like everybody kept asking me, are you stressed, or how is it, being a new mom? And I'm like, no, I am not stressed. Like this, I have nothing else to do but do this, And I think I realized then like how important my time was. And I just vowed right then and there, I was like, I'm just not working extra. Like I'm like, I don't mind working because that is a lot of who I am, but I'm like, I'm just not working extra. And so Danielle was posting about this, and she's one of my best friends. And I just got interested, and I was like, you know what? I wanted the products. The funniest thing is that was probably the smallest I've ever been because I was breastfeeding, but I didn't go for the wraps, but I wanted the greens, the fat fighters, and New You. And so she just was like, you're already like running an auto ship, And so I got started in this, and more so just for an extra $500. and the free product. Like I was like, yeah, I want that free. I want to take better care of myself, have better nutrition. And from there, it just kind of flourished. And it's so funny because we were just on a Zoom before this, just with some leaders. And you guys, this business has just changed my life in so many ways. And the self-growth is just hands down incredible. Like there's no way I would be who I am today. And just like ready to blaze trails and encourage other people to do the same thing. If I hadn't done this. So I can't even imagine where my life would be for so many reasons, even beyond the monetary value of, what that brings and the freedoms and choices. So that is why I started. And just know, like, you can blow whatever goal it is that you have completely out of the water if you allow yourself to learn. And you're here tonight. And so I'm super proud of you guys for doing that, because if you can learn to be a student, this business is just never boring. Like, you're always can find fun things to do. And so I will tell you, I got to a point in my business, you guys, that I was working with that cold network. Some of us hit that stage a little bit sooner than other people, and it's okay. It doesn't matter. We all hit it at some point. So who cares at what point that you hit it? Just embrace it. But I will tell you that and in doing so, I started looking, you guys, to see what I was drawn to. Like, I use social media very for business, but the thing is I saw on Instagram, like, there were bloggers and just different people that I liked following. And it was funny. I was telling Jen, I'm like, all of a sudden I realized, like, I was not going to people's profiles, like, at all. I wouldn't even go to their page. It was just like the first thing you pop up, it's these little circles, right? And it's the stories. And I'm like, what the heck? And I would get on there, and all of a sudden it would go through all these people. And then I kind of would, I'd send people messages on there because it's super easy to do. And I started getting all this feedback back. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And you guys, it was just like this aha moment. And I thought, if I only watch people's stories and I'm not doing stories, like, how many people am I missing? Like, they're not coming to my page, And so I started kind of realizing that, and I'm like, I need to start doing my stories. And then it was so easy for me to grow from there. Like, it's also like, that was my, that was my way in to figure out, like, who am I actually going to put to my hundreds list? Like, who's watching my stuff? You can see who views your stories. I'm pulling from that. They're already interested. They're watching my stuff. So if I'm coming back and I'm interested in them, like, we're going to have something common. And so I just started using those. You guys, we talk about going live and, like, how scared and just weird and awkward it can be. The thing is, this is 15 seconds. Like, all hell can break loose at my house, bloody noses, whatever. Honestly, it's 15 seconds. It's gonna end. It has to end at some point. Plus, you can delete it. And so I just figured out, I'm like, this is such a good way for people to get to know me. In my family, who I am, like, what things I love. I show how busy I am, like, running my kids to and from sports. Like, think of how relatable that is. A lot of the things are just like fashion. I do like fashion. Like, I probably do like the fun mom clothes that are comfy and whatever, but people were already asking, like, they're into that kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, that's kind of great. And then after I started keto, obviously I started just sharing my recipes. And I thought, like, even outside of keto, I like cooking, but I hate thinking, like, of what to cook. And so it was just so nice. I'm like, what if I could offer that to my audience? Like, come to my page. Like, I can help you with dinner tonight. It's easy. It's quick. Like, I promise you, I don't do 70 steps. Like, it's just not the way my life is, And so in doing so, you guys, like, now I would tell you that, like, 90% of my enrollments come from that. And there's, like, so many different things in there now. And there's call to actions, which, you guys, if you're new on here and you're like, what the heck is that? It's just nice that you can draw people in to, like, say if they're interested, tell them how to message you, like, those types of things, where we assume people know how to do that. They don't. They really seriously have no idea. And I tell people this all the time. Like, if you are not talking about it or showing them how to do it or what to put or what to comment, if you leave anything kind of to question, like, they're just going to walk away because it's uncomfortable for them. So, like, I say, swipe up, type this, and people, all of a sudden, it's like boom, 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 boom. And it just because they have to type coffee or, whatever it would be, or opportunity, like, it's like, that's all they need to do. And so I've just met some really, really neat people. And I also know that I can see how many people are viewing that. you know, and it doesn't, you guys, people don't start coming to it until they know it's a regular thing. So that's the thing too. Like it's easy for me to do. And like I said, it's 15 seconds here or there, or it can be a picture. And so I'm just going to show you guys some really cool hacks that Jen has asked me to kind of show you just how I make them. A lot of the things that I implement in my stories is probably things that caught my eye and that I liked and drew me to other people's stories. So that's a really good question to ask yourself, is just like, what are you drawn to and why? And like, go replicate that, go duplicate it. Okay. And so, and it's funny because as I've gotten better at stories, like people will be like, what do you do? You know, and they're like asking all these different things. And I'm like, it's because it's eye catching, you know, it's because there's like little arrows and just fun things. I'm like, I wouldn't have thought to do that, you know? So I kind of just watched other things that I was liking, and that's kind of what I've implemented it and kind of just tweaked it to be my own. So.
Yes. Okay. So, so when I was thinking like, when it comes to stories, what's important to you? Like what kind of content, do you have a set amount of things or topics that you want to get on your stories every day? Or do you, are you kind of fly by the seat of your pants? Like I am, like, you know, you think of a product and you're like, oh yeah, I want to get that out there. How do you have any schedule?
I don't have a schedule. Like, and here's the thing is I usually for sure try to do something for my business every single day through there. And I feel like it's a lot easier to share products and to like pull people in through my stories. So you are going to see most of my products posts are coming in my stories. And for whatever reason, they just get a lot more views. They get a lot more interaction. And I feel like because people, like if they're going to comment or they're going to like do a poll, you guys, no one else can see it. People are weird about that. Like if we go and say on Facebook, like, hey, comment below. It's like no one comments, but you see like your inbox start trickling. And you're like, isn't that scary to comment? But people are just weird about that. And so this is the thing that I try to stay from. I usually am doing either a product because I want LC. So like if I've just enrolled like 3 distributors, you might see me go 3 days with products because I'm helping them. I'm fast starting them. You guys, not only am I doing the posts for myself, but as soon as I make that story, I go and send that to my new distributor and I'm like, post this and put your poll over this. And I help them with those things. And this is a really easy way for me to guide people to get some info out there and show them. And the thing is, you guys, is that it's almost working just like a host to post. You know how we can like help them get those wins? I am having them post stories right off the bat. And the thing is when they start getting messages and people are commenting, they are so freaking excited. Like they're not even having to think, who am I going to message? You know how some people have a hard time with that like first hundreds list? They already know, like these people are commenting. You're going to message every single person that's commenting on that poll, you know? And I always explain like the 2 yes options. You guys, I never do a no option. Like if you're not interested, just keep scrolling by. Like there's no need to hit no, you know? And so I never do that, but I want people to see me. I want people also to know who I am outside of being a rap girl and a business owner and all those things. So they're going to see me interacting with my kids. They're going to see them at sports. Like I do little lives here and there. Like I just kind of mix it all up. And you know what, you guys, sometimes it will be like one picture in the morning or a story, and then I won't have a ton of content because maybe I'm just working while the kids are at school. And then from like 2 on, it's like then all of a sudden I just come up and they're just, life is happening and there's things going on, or I cook or I do something like that. And it's really easy for me to have something to share. And there's not a lot of thought. Like you don't have to think of these perfect words. Like it's just a picture, you know, and I like taking pictures anyway. So it kind of just flows easily, I guess. So those are the things that I kind of focus on. I obviously do products. I do business. I use call to action buttons a lot because I want to see who's watching my stuff. And I want people to know who I am. You know, I want them to know like behind these posts and behind her page, this is what she sounds like. This is this girl's energy. Like, is she super genuine? Like, I do humor a lot, you know, because I feel like that's just really easy to connect with people. And so that's kind of what I just put on my story throughout most, you know, every single day. So I do kind of just fly by the seat of my pants and give people like these little snippets of like just life.
Yeah, I think that's so good. I like fly by the seat of your pants. I mean, that's most the creative part too. And that's what I think the beauty of stories is, it's supposed to be just you throughout your day anyways, you know? So that's I think the best way to show the most real you. So for call to action, do you do those? How often do you do those?
Oh, like every day.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I do. And sometimes, you guys, it's not even like, sometimes it won't even be earworks related. Like today, like this is just for instance, this is hard because I'm always like, okay, so like this is for instance, so this like starts my morning and I have like a little Sour Patch Kid that's in the morning, but like I want to show you guys. So like, see how I can do like colors that match my actual picture? I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. So I feel like that was something that makes your thing look very uniform. And then my next one is, okay, I went to the gym for the first time since June. So that was good. So I'm like, well, I probably should post that. And I was just funny about it because that's really the truth, like first time. And then, you know, I hadn't posted like in 4 hours. And then it was after school stuff. And, you know, here I can like write. I use some of the like options that they allow for stories. If you're using like the things that they have in there, like the gifts, what is it? GIFs, gifts? I don't know what it's called. Yeah. Either way, whatever it is, if you're using those things that they're allowing for you to do, they're also going to make sure people are seeing your stuff. Sometimes you guys, you can even hashtag within your stories and all of a sudden, like, so like if I do anything keto, I hashtag keto because all of a sudden you'll see that story have like, I mean, my story will have like thousands of views because people are searching hashtag keto and my stories are popping up within that.
Even when you're,
like, you could do boy mom, you could do hockey mom, you could do dance mom, like you can do any of those hashtags in your story. And it's just nice because if people like it, you guys, they're going to come to see what your page is about.
Is your profile public or private?
Public.
Okay. I was just wondering because I don't think stories show if you're private.
And it might not. And hashtag, like if you're private, hashtags usually don't work anyways. Okay, so this just goes to show, so this is my boys, right? People know that my boys are just, and here, this was something. How many sports does your kid play at one time? Because this is a conversation that my husband and I have had because we're like, our kids would choose everything. But the truth is we don't have enough time to do that. So here I can go, you guys, and this is what I love is like you can see people are responding to things. Clearly it's 50-50, but down in the corner where it says like, see who's seen it, like I can see who's voting. Like you can see who's voting. You can see everybody who's viewing. So like I will go when I'm doing interactions or like I need some new people that I really want to start getting to know. Like I'll go grab 20 or 30 people from here and I go back and I'm like starting to respond to those people. They're already on my story. So they're interested in what I'm doing. The other thing, you guys, is that like these top people, I think it's like the top 20 or 30 that are in here. These are people that are like inputting your name in the search and they are coming to your page. Like it's not like they're just falling on your page because they're like going through stories. Like those are people that are actually searching your page. So it's a good tip to go and make sure that you're going back to their page and interacting back. Like that's an easy relationship just to start forming. Okay, so I did that with the poll. And then let me swipe this down. And then here, okay, so I did this coffee picture and it's the coffee and the greens. Okay.
I'm going to stop you right there because I want to know where the different, so first tell us what app you used and then tell us about the different fonts.
Yes. Okay. So this app, sorry. Okay. So this app, so I have this like clean white background. This is PixArt. Okay. And so PixArt, what is so awesome is you can pick whatever color background you want, but it already has settings. So like as you go through PixArt, you can put your picture. You actually can add more than one picture if you wish. I just put it in super quick. You guys, you start getting really quick at this. This doesn't take a long time. And I'm also going to show you something that's really awesome. Jen, keep me updated like where time is. I know this thing is like 40 minutes. So, but this is the thing. So this is PixArt. And then you can save it so it's cropped to Instagram story setting. So that you don't even like have to worry about any of that. Okay. So that's one thing I love about it. And then I'll just swing through and put it on WordSwag and I'll do these different fonts on here.
Oh, so you say you make the picture and layout in PixArt first?
Yeah.
Why in PixArt?
I just do it because it has like the nice white background. Like if I just went to WordSwag and saved it as an Instagram story, I wouldn't have this like white. It would just crop my picture.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so that's literally what I do. Again, and then there's like one of the little, you guys, I don't know how to say it. GIFs,
Yes.
whatever. There's one of those things. So you use it, right? And it's just kind of eye-catching, whatever. So that is how that is. And then I go through and I can share before and afters, okay? So I'm showing people like what they're doing, what the coffee's doing, and then I'm putting the urgency on there, right? So I'm doing only 5 days left, and I'm offering the free shipping and the free, what is it, mystery gift that's going on, okay? And then on my next one, I showed like that I've enrolled 2 customers today, and then I'm showing like I already have the poll going. So see, I haven't even responded to these people. These are like, I just did this right before dinner. And then you guys, this, I'm just drawing on it. Like I just use, and I'll show you where these things are, but all this wording that you see right here, I did all of that in WordSwag.
Okay.
So you guys, I just add to my picture. So like when they're clicking through, new stuff is coming on there.
So,
And so, go ahead.
It's just like, I'm looking at, okay, I'm back to the first coffee picture. And
Yes.
I'm looking at the different styles of fonts. So you're just randomly on WordSwag and choosing, oh, I like this one for this, and this one walk, and this one just to make it like different and cute. Just kind of playing.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So I just kind of do what's eye-catching to me, and then same thing. I just set. This is just dinner, and it's something. It's like a keto meal, and so I put that on there. I hashtag keto, and then I have the nice white background. You guys, setting it in the white background is going to take you 2 seconds in Pixar, and I'll show you where to do it. But then, and then again, like down here where I kind of like pulled colors, that I just did actually through through Instagram. Okay, so I'm going to show you some stuff on here. So so I'm going to go, well, first of all, you guys, I want you to go on here, and I want you to go to your normal page like this, okay? So your profile page, and I want you to click these 3 lines up at the top, and you need to go to settings, okay? So on your settings, you guys, scroll down and find story controls, and I want you to make sure you can save to camera roll, that will just save to yours, but you want to save to archive. Okay, save to archive. This is like a huge time saver. Like when we talk about working smarter, not harder, this is going to be one of those things, okay? And then also, if you continue to scroll down, if you put save or share to your Facebook, I do all of my stories through Instagram, and it automatically is going to pop up on my Facebook.
Mine stopped.
So that
I don't know why. It's so annoying.
What'd you say?
Mine stopped. It was doing it so nice, and then it just stopped.
It does that sometimes, but make sure to report it. Like you guys, like yesterday, I've had it happen twice actually where my polls aren't working, and I go and report the issue, and like today my polls were working. So just anytime you have something like that, just go report it. And I'm annoying, so I just like will report it every 12 hours because I'm like, that's like the lifeline to my business. Don't jack with it. And I tell them that, like, they can see probably people are interacting, and I know that they can follow all that stuff. So I just say, I'm like, my audience wants to use those, you know? And so it's always like backup, or I make sure you go and update your app. Okay. So that's going to save you guys time in general. So what I want to show you on here is you're back on your profile. Ooh, sorry. I have to make my phone like super dark so that it doesn't clash on here. Okay. So you're back on your profile. This little clock that you see right here, you hit that. Those are your archives. So on days, you guys, that are so busy, right? So you're working a full-time job. Guess what? I worked a full-time job all the way up to Ambassador Diamond because I just kept thinking like, well, I can. And if I can do these 2 things at one time, like we'll get ahead so much faster. And so you guys, this is awesome. It saves and it archives every single one of your stories. So like if, you know, I don't know, I have a crazy busy day, or you're like, oh my gosh, it's already like 3 o'clock and it's been nuts and I haven't even had a second to do anything for my business. Guess what? Freaking go on here. You've made cute. Okay, so here I did weekend fun, right? so I showed that I had a fast start bonus. And I put on here, like, I can go onto this story. I can click it. This is an opportunity one. I can click it, and I literally can go down here. You can hit share. Oh God, it's doing my thing. And so this was a poll. And then if I wanted to like color out a date, or if I wanted to change anything on here, you can make edits, and then you can go save to story. So like if I'm having a busy day, or I'm like, gosh, you know those days where you're like, I just don't know what I want to post, or I don't want to post, or whatever it is, I literally go through and I grab one and I'm like, boom, boom, boom. Like it's been a while, so no one's going to remember. And they stay for 24 hours. So I do take time sometimes in like, if I'm doing like my story, or I'm doing opportunity ones or things like that, and make them look nice, because I know I'm going to use them again. So like, and it's okay to do that. And so this is what I want to show you. Okay, so you guys see my phone, and say like I love this blue or something, and this was a part of my picture, and I wanted to make my wording that. You guys, if you go up to like the little marker thing that's up there, so I'm going to click on that. If you go down to this dropper, you see that little dropper? I literally can drag this to any color over my picture that I want, okay? So you can do that. I could drag it over that, and I could color blue if I wanted to. So if I wanted to circle something, do my little like arrows to point to something, like I can literally do that. I'm gonna undo it. You can do the same thing for fonts. Same thing. So I did the text. You go down here to your dropper, go over whatever color you want, and you can start typing your stuff. And that's how I get mine, so that they look pretty uniform. So I'll grab colors from my picture, and that's how I do, like, that's how I do my fonts. And I'll pick like some of their colors. So if I'm using it in Instagram, and it's not like I've used it, you know, I already did the wording and stuff in WordSwag, but that's how I get like my arrows, or like little different things to go to the same color. Because at first I was like, you guys, and I ask bloggers, like I ask people that I follow, and I'm like, hey, what app are you using to do this? Like, I am not shy at all. But you know what? When people ask me, I am just as nice as the people that helped me. So, because I was like, no, I don't have those colors. And she's like, no, you have to do the dropper. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's so freaking awesome. Okay. So, so you guys can see, and now you see, like, you have the poll option. If you don't have a poll option, like I don't have music, I don't know why they don't want me to have music on my stories. It's really annoying, and I could like totally bust the moves, all those things. But who cares? Just work with what you have. And if you don't have a poll, like you can say, go to the little things and go to swipe up, right? And it's not gonna go to a link. So that's why I always say, like, and sometimes that's confusing to people, because a lot of people can link stuff. Like once you're at 10,000 followers, you should be able to swipe up and link things. But before that, so I always say like swipe up, and I'll use one of the little gifts, and then I say type blah, blah, blah. Like tell them what to type to you. You are going to get so many more responses. Okay. And then again, if you do a poll, always just do a yes and a yes. Like I give like a really excited yes option, and then I give, please send me more info. Like, you know, so that they have a couple options on there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Totally.
So here's the apps I use. Unfold. I use PixArt for like my cute backgrounds and stuff to make it really clean. And then I use WordSwag to do a bunch of like the different fonts on there. And then everything else you see on my stories is using the things that are within the Instagram like settings.
So what makes you use Unfold versus PixArt? Because I thought that I started using Unfold, and I just figured that's where all the white background came from.
I just learned about Unfold.
Okay.
Like, and this is kind of the cool thing that I think Unfold has. Well, it just looks really neat, but I think you can do like really fun things with your photos. Not only that, you guys, like if you did a really cute video of you wrapping yourself, I think in Unfold, you can get that nice, crisp white background, and you can put your video in there. You cannot do that on PixArt. Like it will not frame a video for you. So, so that's the one thing. And the other thing is that if you have like if you're doing and you're like, I know it's gonna be longer than 15 seconds, like 15 seconds goes really fast. So say you want to do something and it's gonna be longer than that, you guys can also use the app Cut Story, and you can say cut this little video into 15-second increments, like into the Instagram settings, and it does it for you, and it's so nice, you guys.
It's
so go ahead. What?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys. This is Cut Story.
Yep.
Did everyone see that real quick? It is the easiest thing ever. So if you don't want to like just go through and hold the thing and talk for 15 seconds, and then do it again, and then do it again, and not know where you were cut off. If I did it the other day, I was just in my car and I wanted to talk about collagen. So I talked about collagen for like, I don't know, a minute and 45 seconds. And then I put the whole video in Cut Story, and I said, you know, Instagram 15 seconds, and it breaks it all down and then saves it to your camera roll, and then you just upload them. It's so easy.
Yes. It's so nice, you guys. So that was the one other app. Somebody was just asking me to show them how to do the dropper thing. So like I'll go to this. So I'm just gonna go to the letters and I'll show you, because you can do it. You see the dropper right here? You just click on the dropper. Sorry. And see how you have that little guy right there? You can see what color it's dragging to. Once you take your finger off, that's what color your text is going to be, or like your arrow or whatever it is that you're trying to draw. Yeah. So that is on there. I see that we're like at 7 minutes.
Oh, awesome. I love that you can see that. I didn't know you could see that.
Yeah, I can see it. So,
okay,
you guys, those are kind of like the things that I think make them look super nice. It's super easy. I'm going to show you one other thing in here. And like I said, you guys, I do mine, but I actually have a lot of fun doing them. Like, I don't know why, but it is super fun for me. So like, just know, like, don't let it stress you out. And the more that you start doing them, I think just like the easier it honestly gets. Let me see. I'm going to show you guys. See, like I'll do like this. Like if we're doing a video or something, I always, like if I'm doing a video, I make sure to tag my location. So that way, like other people, if they like hashtag where I'm at or whatever, like my video can pop up where they are. And that's kind of cool just to see like people that are in your area, in your surrounding area. I do not use Instagram TV. I don't. And truthfully, Jill, again, because like I don't stop to watch other people's Instagram TV. So like the thing is, you guys, is like when I'm doing my business, like I think to myself, like, what do I stop and watch? What do I take time to do? What draws me in to interact? Like, I ask myself those questions, and I'm like, Sarah, that's your game plan. And honestly, if you guys need to just, like, ask yourself those things and write it down, like, I honestly encourage you to make your little list, because you'll start kind of making your own thing, like, all together. And it will be like, that's Jen's thing. Like, this is how Sarah does it. So if you are watching people's Instagram TVs, like, go do them. I just know that I don't. And so I kind of do what I know that I'm like drawn to, and hope to draw other people into it. The other thing, okay, I've been asked this too. So here's my page. Okay. The other thing that's really cool is like, if you do a post and you're like, dang, that was a good post. Like maybe it's about the business or something, and you're like, that was really good. You can go on here. Hold on. Why is my thing? I swear this like thing keeps moving. So then I can't see you guys. Okay, so you can go right here, and I can click this little arrow, and I can say share to my story. And this is really cool. So then you can like type up here, you can move this around, like you can do this, you can do that. But what's gonna happen, you guys, is that when they go through, so say I do this and I draw them to my post, okay? Because we want them like interacting. When they're going through my stories, when they click on my photo, it's going to tab to say see post. So then it brings my 500 people who watch my stories to my post. So that is another thing that I use a lot.
That's amazing.
Can you do that one more time?
Yes.
Like how you get it to how do you get it to the post?
So easy. So here's my post. I'm on my page. I click on my post. It's this little arrow that's right down here, like this little triangle. And then you go save to your share to your story, and it brings it. And it's not going to show you guys, but like say I go to post that, like here, I'll just post it really quick. Watch this. Because I can delete anyways. Let's see.
I did it. It's so fun.
Yes, you guys see? Okay. So it's on there. So when somebody clicks on it, it says see post. And so they can click on that and it brings them straight to my post. So you guys, you can even do that. Like if you have another story that you're like, this is really good and you want to just repeat it, like I'll go back down in my thing and I will go through and like bring it back up into my stories. Like, I mean, seriously, you guys, like people, I'm telling you, like, I don't go way down on other people's stuff. I don't have time for that. Like, I want to know who people are, a little bit about them. And I try to find that. And I'm like, dude, the best way to do that is through stories. And what I found is that people feel the same way. Like, and you guys, like, that's how I interact too. Like, I go to my stories and I like, okay, so here's like people, right? If there's people that I know I'm kind of eyeing and I'm like, dang, I want them on my team. Like it's almost like you're commenting on their stories, but it instantly sets you in their message box. So I'll do that like 4 or 5 days in a row or a week or whatever it is with multiple of people. The people that you're doing that with, they're going to be your first stories anyways. So it's really easy for me to zone in on people and get to know them. And then by the time I go to message them about anything, about it works, there is no awkwardness. It is not a cold message. Like we know each other. We've had conversations. And so I just feel like it's easy for me to really get close and make a connection with my cold market so much faster. And so you guys, I seriously this is where I spend a lot of my time. If I'm doing social media, it is in my stories and I use it for so many different things. Like you guys can see how I interact. You can see that that's where I go and I grab, this one already seen by 400 people. Like I have 400 people that I can go and start interacting with.
And like, the fun thing is too, I think when you're going through your stories, other people's stories, like it doesn't have to be like a sentence. You can say, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And then you're just in their inbox. Right?
Should we hop back on here? Do they want to sign back on? It says like less than a minute.
I know. We have less than a minute. And I was going to talk to you about, it actually did. I'm going to send you a screenshot. It's so funny. It said, here, I'm going to open it up and read it what it said. You have a free gift.
They say come back on.
It said, you have a free gift. We have removed the 40-minute time limit.
So is there not one?
No, not for this meeting.
Yay! Okay. I was like, seriously, you guys, I was trying to talk so fast. I'm like, we have 40 minutes. And I'm like, this is seriously how I do everything. Okay. So somebody was asking me, okay, so this is what also is really neat. Okay. I'm like weirded out, but I keep thinking it's going to kick me off here, but it's not going to. Hold on. Okay. So yes. Somebody was saying, oh my gosh, I just went to go scroll on my computer. My computer is not touch. So talk really quick about who you message from your story viewers. Oh yeah, easy. Okay. So this is Brooks. So, but say this was something for like my business. Okay. I will see you guys, I go to this a lot. So like I can see people who view my stuff on a regular basis. So I'll go to this, whatever. It's fine that it went somewhere else. I can see these things. If it has anything to do with, and I haven't done like a poll or anything like that, but I can see that they're continuously like, can you hear me? Okay. So if somebody responds to a poll, you guys, I always say why I'm messaging them. So I always say like, hey, so-and-so, like, I'm so glad we've been able to connect on here. Some people I know because I kind of like have eyes on them too. And so, or they've already messaged me before or whatever, but I'm like, I saw that you responded to this poll because you guys, yes, people do accidentally hit it, but you know what? Some people are like, I accidentally hit that, but actually I am super intrigued. And I'm like, yes, why wouldn't you be, And so, I just tell them like, or if they're like, oh, I didn't mean to hit that. I'm like, oh, no worries. And that's why I always ask first. So like you guys, I do not just like, even if it's about the copy and I'm like, oh, you want to get info on the copy, like send me more info. I don't just start rattling off info. Like just like we normally do with any conversation, like I do very short, and you guys, you cannot be long-winded on Instagram. So it will cut you off. Like it will be like message too long. And this is also why I just love so many different things about it, because as soon as it says that, like, or if like we're going to be talking about the business and they want that, I'm like, I know these messages are going to be too much. It's too much info. So I instantly bring them to my phone. If they're going to order, I just say, hey, do you mind if I text you how to do the order so that you get the discount? Nobody cares. So I have all these phone numbers in here. And so I have people's contacts. And so I just say, you guys, I say every single time, like if they're responding to something, I just say, hey, thanks for responding. I saw that you're interested in this. So in that way, even if it's an accident, like it doesn't matter. You're still getting in conversation. They're still freaking intrigued. Now they're like, well, now I kind of do want info. Like you're already here, you know? And so it has never gone the wrong way, ever. And the truth is, you guys, like, I don't really care if somebody unfollows me. Like, honestly, I know my intentions, and my intentions is to leave people better than I found them. And so I kind of am actually slightly sad for them. I'm just like, you know what? Like you're totally shooting yourself in the foot, like between the products or just like the positivity. Like I'm not going to sit and dwell and give my opinions and just be whatever, always like ruffling feathers, you know? And I'm like, and we were just saying this on another Zoom. Like I'm not there for that, you know? And so, and I like that. And so, don't even like sweat it if somebody seriously unfollows you. Like just think of it as in like, dang, they're going to miss out on some really good information over the next like how many years, you know? And that's really kind of how I see things. And so that is how I message, like from a poll, or like if I do like the cute little slider or something like that, I'll put like, you know, I want more info, or yes, I'm ready. And they slide all the way. I'm like, I'll just say like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I saw you respond, you know, on there, and that you're really excited and you're wanting to get started, you know? And then they're like, yes, I finally am, you know, and they kind of go off on their thing. So that is how I message from the polls.
So what you say, hey, I saw that you clicked on my poll.
I do. I say like, hey, I saw, and I always say what they voted. So, and the thing is, you guys, is like, you can always go back. Like sometimes I'll have a poll and I have so much crap, and I do that kind of on purpose sometimes. Like if I know that I'm driving, that's the thing. Like I'm carting my kids around all the time, and I'm like, well, I can't be on my phone. Like I can't be posting. I can't be doing those things. So I'm like, at least like even if it's in the morning, if it's like before I leave, I'll get a poll out there in the morning. I let that sucker run all day long. And then at night, I like go and I screenshot, because I know it's going to be gone in the morning. So I'm like, I screenshot every single person that has responded, and then I go back as soon as I can. So you guys, I don't just respond. Like I don't wait for responses. I like get them all together, and then I kind of like go as I can.
Did you know it saves in your archives?
Yes.
Just so you know, the polls, you can always
check the polls. And there's that too. Yes.
Yes. So if one said, okay, I'm in, and the other one said, okay, let's chat, would you say, hey, I saw that you voted on my poll about wanting to chat, or that you were in, or that you were in with trying our collagen?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I just say like, hey, I saw that you're excited to try the collagen. Like if they're like, I'm all in, or what, or like, yes, I'm in. If it says like, let's chat, or I want more info, I just start asking like I normally would just on a normal message, you know, like even if they commented on a post or whatever it is. So I just say like, hey, I saw that you were wanting more information about this, you know, and I'll start with whether it's the business or coffee or what it is. You guys, it's so easy for me because I'm like, honestly, I make coffee. Like I make it every single morning, and it's so easy to take a picture or be like, I'm going to show them my 3-step system. And like you guys, like even if you're like, okay, I just have to snap these pictures really quick, right? And you want to come back to it, like go ahead and like say I'm on here. I can take a picture, and I'll do a selfie right now. It's incredible. It's incredible. I did not bring my best face today, but I did bring my best tips. Okay. So, I can go on here and I'll take my pictures in order, and then I'll just hit save. So that way, like I can go back, I can edit my pictures, I can put what I want on them. So I'm not just going to like try to take forever to make my coffee. Like I just snap the pics quick, save them, and then I'll pop them through wherever I want. And then that way, as soon as my little like sequence is ready, I just nail it out and I go post, 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 post. And so like when they start flipping through, it kind of just like all adds on to each other.
Yeah.
So it's just easy. Like it literally, you guys, it doesn't take me a lot of time as you play around with it. Like I'll even set up my stories and get them exactly how I want them. Like if I can't sleep at night or something and my kid Kevin's sound asleep and my kids are asleep, I just will get even some of my stories. And I'm like, what do I want to post for tomorrow? Like, and then I'm like, well, I want to work on some DTs, or, you know, I feel like I am down to the wire and these people, they're still thinking about it and I'm not going to pressure them. So I'm going to kind of strum up some new stuff. Like I literally just line my stuff up so I know it's there. And I actually feel like it's so nice, you know, because I'm like, it's there and you can use it for later use. And I mean, for me, you guys, it just saves me a lot of time and it's a lot more convenient. And I feel like for whatever reason, my enrollment since I've started using stories is like the highest it's ever been. And it's all people that I don't even necessarily, I don't know them, you know? So, I encourage you, if you haven't started your stories, I think you'll really like them. Yeah. I feel like there was one other thing I was going to show you guys. You obviously know these things, you guys, right? So I'm going to show you. I do this filter a lot, you guys, even if it's like food or I'm outside, like I'll just put this in. I'm going to tell you why. So like it doesn't even matter if it's me. Okay. So I go to this filter. I do the one that is like the purple stars right here. It like really makes your photo or whatever, even your video super crisp. It like brings out the whites and it like, I feel like it gives the lines like definition. So, I mean, you could obviously use whatever filter you want. Like if you're wanting to cover your face, but like I even use that like when I'm doing pictures or videos because it makes it really nice.
In Instagram?
Yep. Keep scrolling. Like you might be, yours might, I don't know. Sometimes mine's like right in the front and sometimes it's like way over here.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Very crisp.
So it's nice. So yeah. I use that. I'm trying to think. You guys, what questions? So if you go to type words. Oh, okay. Crystal is just sharing. Anyways, so you guys, that's kind of like the gist of, if you guys want me to show you a little bit in that app, I can do that really quick. So like PixArt, I'm going to show you.
Yeah,
like
let's talk through PixArt. We were going to do that.
Okay, PixArt looks like this. Okay, it's like that P. So you can click on it. And I click this little purple thing down at the bottom, just the plus sign. Okay, I always do freestyle. You guys, you can play around with whatever you want. You can get wild in there, but I just always use freestyle, okay? So say I'm going to do this like I did a sunset, okay, for today because our sunsets are bomb. So you guys can see that I could keep selecting photos. I always do one, and then I go to the purple arrow, and I don't pay for it, so I have ads. Okay, so if I want to not have, you have to, this first screen is your background. So if I want to switch which color that is, you guys, you just hit background and you can pick whatever color you want, okay? You can see on mine that I do white most of the time. So once I'm there and you have what color you want, you hit apply, hit the arrow again. Hold on, I don't know if I hit it. Okay. And then it kind of goes to this. You have to wait. It like pauses weirdly. And then it's in this, you can see this. Like there's that little box. It's the second one, it's the tools, okay? So you click tools, go up to crop, which is right here. You guys, this is hard to do when I'm trying to like show you this. Okay. And then down here, you guys can see all your different options. So like you can keep scrolling. Do you see how it has like Instagram stories, all those different things, right? So you could do whatever you wanted to do. Obviously, I just do this one where it says story. It does this, and then I can do my picture however I want. So I can like make it big, I can center it, I can make it small, I could put it up in the corner. I just set it however I want to set it, and then I just hit apply, and then this little arrow, and save. Okay, so now it's saved to my phone, and then this is what I do, Jen, is I just literally go to WordSwag, and I'll previous user. I don't even know what that said. Okay. I'll go to WordSwig. I grab it. And then up here, or it's already cropped. So this is saying, do I want to crop it? You guys, if you're on WordSwig and you don't care about having a cute, like crisp background, you can you can literally crop it to whatever you want down here too, to Instagram stories. The only thing is that it is going to cut your picture. Okay. So that's why I don't usually do it in there. So I'm going to go to next. And then here's where I go and I just do the different fonts. And I like add them and I can just move them all around. I switch them up. I can do different colors. Like you guys, I think WordSwig's been around for a while. So, but this is what I want to show you guys. This is really, really cool. So go through. So I'm not going to do any of that stuff. So I just hit save. Watch this. So if you're wanting to show a fast start bonus or you got paid and maybe it's like a week where we get, you got a fast start and you get commissions or whatever it is, right? You have 2 paydays and you want to add that in there. Like, or I did that, my enrollments on my 2 loyal customers today, like back to back for the coffee. Hit add logo. Just say new logo. Okay. They're just giving you a tip. You can go to any photo you want. So I have one I have mine today for my loyal customer. You guys look at, you can put it on there wherever you want. You can drag it all over your photo, wherever you place it. And then down here, you can make it transparent. So you can like make it bright through or make it kind of light in the background. And now I don't have to go in any other app to add that. So it's after you save it, and then when you can hit the add logo, and then you can come back and put that in there.
So that was
how freaking cool is that? What'd you say?
Add logo within WordSwig?
Within WordSwig. And it's the add logo, you have to add your text first. So it's like the last option.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but you guys like show people. I show people I'm working. Like if I've been running around all day, I love that I can say like, you guys, I've been at my, kid's hockey tournament or his jamboree and I just helped 3 customers. Like that's amazing that we have the freedom to do that. Like I'm not missing, I would normally have to miss some of those. Like I would have to be working weekends as a nurse. Like I think it's incredible that not only does It Works pay for his freaking hockey that's super expensive, but I get to continue to grow our income while I'm literally, maybe he's in the locker room getting dressed. I can be on my phone for a second. Like I'm not missing a game, And so I think it just shows people like, yes, you can make money elsewhere and you can do those things, not with all the options we have here, not with the freedom, not with having a baby on your hip or whatever it is. And those are the things that I try to show because I'm like, that's what spoke to me about this business. And I love that I can tell other moms, like, you can have both. You can be present. You can be with your baby. You can still work. You can still help with the financial responsibilities. Like, you can do all of that. And that's what's awesome. It's going to be messy. You may not have showered for a few days, but it's fun. And it's kind of crazy to look back at. So I think that's like literally, you guys, my last tip, unless Heather, I totally did too until I figured that out. I was like, oh gosh. And this actually, adding it here allows me to like make it 10 times smaller and it just looks so much better in it. It's crazy. So you guys, even if you're doing promotions, like, and you're doing pictures and I'm saying like, hey, so-and-so, Kate promoted to executive and I want to put the It Works logo on my picture, like boom, that's all you have to do. Save your stuff. Make sure you have the little It Works logo saved somewhere in your photos and you can add it in there.
I always thought that was a whole nother like Rana collage.
I just do it on there.
So awesome. Okay.
Yes.
Yay. Simplified. Okay.
So those are like my apps, you guys. I don't really move outside of any of those apps, those 3.
So you use PixArt to do the background and then WordSwag to do the fonts, and then the third one you're talking about Instagram, right?
Yes. And then I have started, remember Unfold, like that one's pretty new.
Yeah.
So that's the other one. And I think it's cool, you guys, because you can almost make it look like, you know how like edges of like, if you burn paper kind of are like on a scroll, like you can do cool things with your photos there. So like you could do the photo and kind of have the funky edges and then put text at the bottom. So Unfold is very new to me. Like when I say new, like a week. And I'm actually like learning it as I'm teaching it kind of with some of the girls and stuff. So, but before that, like, yes, I use the majority, like I have just used the PixArt, and I just kind of, it doesn't take long. And honestly, you guys, I just think it is kind of eye-catching. I don't do it on all of them either, just so you know that. You guys, like, if I'm out and about or something and I'm like, this is really cool to kind of document, like, I don't always do it. But if I have time or I'm in bed or I'm like, and I know I'm going to do like a cool like thread of opportunity stuff, then I'll take the time and I'll go in there and I'll do it.
Yeah. Do you use any apps for like updating like lighting or filters?
Yes. What's up? I like to use for my photos, I use Lightroom.
Lightroom. Is that better than PicTap-Go?
I like it.
Okay.
I like it a lot because you know what? You can pull out like certain colors and stuff. And you guys, I mean, it kind of just, and it's more so, you guys, I did that because I just like photos in general. Like, even if I wasn't doing it works, like, I just like photos, you know, that's always been something. Like, I actually just threw a bunch of photo albums away, which makes me kind of laugh. But anyways, so I do like it in there. The thing that I kind of like is like, yes, is once you guys, people sell presets. Like, you can download them and I could like use them. And the thing that is like, so say if I just like the coloring on something, so like here, oh wait, let me show you. Okay, so like this is just like really crisp and I can bring out certain colors. The thing that I like on here is if I like that and it's just like my next photo, like maybe I took 4 pictures of them outside, I can go to the side in this little bubble here and I can go to copy settings of this picture. So it copies the settings of my picture. And then I can say, okay. And then literally I can go to the next picture that I want to edit. That's the same thing outside. And I could go to the corner and I can go paste all those settings. So it's just like super, super quick.
Yeah.
And so you guys, like, don't overthink that part of it. Like, that's just photo editing. I mean, that could be posts, it's not even just my stories. Like, it's a little bit of everything. But they just know, like, people kind of, if you see like somebody that you like and you're like, oh, I wonder if they use presets. Normally, like, that's again, I would ask and I'm like, how are you editing your photos or what are you using? And then they're like, oh, I'm using this. And they're like, and this is where I got the presets or whatever it is. So that's just like a personal preference of what you want to do. But you guys, like, don't stress about that kind of stuff. But if that's what, just to answer your question, that's where I go and I edit my stuff because it's just quick for me.
Perfect. Okay. I think we covered pretty much everything.
I think so. You guys, like, there's literally nothing. And I even like went into detail, just like all the things that I do with it. And there's nothing that I haven't even dove into because I thought it was like too complicated or whatever. It's like, that is the gist of my stories. Like, everything that you see is what we talked about tonight.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through your page now. Do you use Lightroom for all of your pictures?
Yes.
Yeah, they're so crisp and bright.
Yeah. So you can, and this is the reason, you guys, that I do like that one is I will tell you that, like, I can take a super, like, I don't have to wait for the perfect time of day. I don't have to face a window or try to find lighting. Like, you could have the darkest photo and I'm able to lighten it up and it's going to look like I stood in front of a photo light or like, and that's the thing that I kind of like about that. So again, it almost like learning that one took stress off of me of like worrying like, oh my gosh, do I have to be ready by this time of day? Or, you know, that type of stuff. So I use like presets.
Yeah.
That's the thing, you guys. And I don't even know if Lisa's on here. But like Lisa is on here. Lisa, I don't know if you can explain that part of it better. Like but here's the thing. You kind of get a base. And so I'm going to show you. This is the only thing I use for photos. I'm going to show you this right now. So if I go, I'm going to add a photo, right? I'm going to add something for my camera roll. Let me see if there's one that I didn't do. I do it to a lot of mine. So
yeah, they all kind of look, that's why I asked if you use it on your feed too, because they all kind of look like they have the same tone.
Yes.
Which I love.
Okay, so say I'm going to put this one on, okay? I'm just going to add this. I'm going to show you guys. So I can go to it. Do you hear my stomach? Where is it at though? Here, I'm just going to go to this one. So I can go to this photo. Okay, this one's not edited. The only things I use, you guys, are the light option, okay, and then the color option. And I like play around with these to how I want it. If you want to draw out certain colors, I can hit the mix button and you can go through the colors and you can saturate them and do all whatever you want with them. Once you kind of get your look, the awesome thing is like I told you, you literally can copy that setting and then I'll like throw in like 4 new pictures for that day and I just go and I paste it on there. You might have to adjust it just a little bit. If there's like blue in that one and there wasn't in my other one, I might draw the blue out a little bit more to make it kind of bright. Yeah. Because I just like color. Like some people love their stuff to have this like pink haze over it. Some people like, I just like mine crisp. I like color. I like, it like making the white even brighter, so it just kind of has that look to it. So you guys, if you see kind of a uniform look, they probably are using Lightroom to edit their photos. It was a little tricky to learn, but it is like kind of a game changer. It was kind of a game changer for me.
Yeah. Okay. I'm excited because your photos always look so good. I'm excited to play with them.
Yeah. Play around with it.
Yay. What's the filter you use, Sarah? So do you use a preset?
Do you know what? I don't even know. I think I started with a preset. So like, here's the thing, you guys. So like some people, you'll see people, it's all over Instagram. Like you see people selling these presets, right? And so like you could do a preset. So like this girl, I bought her presets. So I can go to this picture. The thing is mine are different from this because hers are really, really light and it would almost like draw mine out. And I'm like, no, I like color, know? And so I kind of just played with my settings. And then once I have pictures that I'm like, oh, that looks awesome outside. Like obviously my backyard doesn't change. So when I'm taking pictures of the boys outside or if I'm outside or whatever, like I literally go back to that picture that I edited outside and I copy the settings and I just go paste it onto my new one. If we're in the hockey rink, which we spend a lot of time there, like I've edited a couple from the rink and now from there, I just go copy and every picture I take there, I just put the same setting.
Yeah. So just you kind of play around with it.
Yeah, you do have to.
Yeah.
Search. Lisa's saying search hashtag. What should they hashtag?
Preset.
Lisa, you can unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sick and I know it's dark, but okay. So when I found the one, Sarah was the one that actually asked me. She's like, "What the heck are you doing to your pictures?" And I was like, "Okay, we meet up often to just like hash out work sessions and stuff."
I'm so jealous about that.
So one day she was like, "Okay, you need to help me." And it is tricky in the beginning, but the preset that I got, it came with step-by-step instructions on how to download the presets to your phone. And just like Sarah said, like I don't even use the ones that I originally downloaded now. Mm-hmm. I kind of just figured out the look that I like my Instagram to look like, and I kind of just copy those presets that I pretty much tweaked from the ones that I bought and just pasted them. So there's literally so many people out there that are selling presets. So if you even look up the hashtag preset, I'm sure you can find tons of them. Just make sure that, because some of them I've come across that you do need a laptop or your computer to download them first before you can even get them on your phone. I recommend just trying to find one that goes directly to your phone so you don't have to mess with like doing it on the laptop, since we work mainly from our phones. But there's so many that are out there. There are some, I feel like me and Sarah did kind of pay a pretty penny, but we've been doing, this is our main source of the income, so it was worth it. But they do have some, like I saw one this morning, I'm trying to think of what the name was. It was like on sale. It was like a $60 preset on sale for $9, and that's nothing. That's like selling 4 packets of keto coffee. You could pay for that. So I would say just look at the hashtags. If I find the one that was on sale, I'll link it in the It Works Better Together page. I think that's the page that you're in, right, Jen?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll link it in there once I find it, or I'll screenshot it. But it is pretty much, when you get it, it does seem confusing, but it should come with step-by-step directions on how to upload it to Lightroom and then how to copy it to your pictures.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to play around with it. I'm scrolling through like the hashtag presets Lightroom, and it's just kind of like I don't even know what I would want to choose. You know what I mean? If I chose one, so I think I just need to play with the app first.
Yeah, and you honestly, you can get every single preset was created in Lightroom, so you don't need it just cuts out a step. You know, you can totally do it. And then at the end of the day, I built all the way to triple. Sarah built all the way to ambassador without Lightroom. So it's not the end of the world if you can't figure it out. Big Tap Go, that's free. All those other apps that are great.
Right.
However, I am building to ambassador 2.0 through stories.
That's going to be so awesome to say. How did you build it?
So first ambassador was I was slaying wraps left and right and like wrapping bellies. And then second go around, I storied it up all day.
That's so awesome.
But okay, you guys, so I hope this was super, super helpful for you. I think we've touched like a ton of the questions. And like I said, there's really nothing else, like there's nothing I'm even withholding from you.
Yeah.
And so you just you're just like everything else, you guys, at first you're going to be slow and be like, whoa, this is not what I want. But then you start learning like what you like, what your eye's catching, like those types of things. And then, like I said, if you have the archive on, share to your Facebook, like those were just things that saved me so much. So, and then now that we can also just, edit so it does the Instagram story, none of your stuff is getting cut off. So it's super nice.
Right. Yes. I have so many tips and notes. Thanks so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
I'm excited to play around with the apps. And you guys,
have fun with it, you guys. I love it.
Yes. I'll post the recordings. And if you guys have more questions, just ask in the threads of the recording.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Alrighty. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thanks much. Bye.